So 8BitDo makes good stuff. We know that. It seems that over time they keep getting better and better and better, and with this one, I believe this time they have outdone themselves. The 8BitDo Ultimate Controller, it's basically the ultimate controller. For me, it may not be for you, but we're gonna talk about this thing today. We're gonna go over it. I'm gonna tell you all the reasons I love it, and I don't know, I guess I'll try to find some things I don't. There are a few things, I guess. We'll get into it. All right, really quickly before we get started, there is no sponsor in today's video, but I do want to tell you guys about Game Face Energy. I really like it. I use it every day. They've got all kinds of things to help you out. Energy powders, daily vitamins. They've even got gummies to help you sleep. There's a code down below in the description of this video. Go check them out. They do support me. They support this channel. They keep me awake, keep me energized to do these videos for you guys. So do me a favor, like I said, check out that link down there. There is a code where you can get, I believe, 15% off, so check that out. Let's get on with this. Okay, the 8BitDo Ultimate Wireless Controller. We're gonna start with the simple stuff. We'll go over all the buttons. Spoiler alert, it's basically set up like a Pro Controller. I have a Pro Controller here. We're gonna compare these two. We're gonna compare it to a couple other things too here momentarily, but it's set up basically as the Pro Controller. It's got the A, B, X, Y all in the same place. It's got your capture, it's got your plus, it's got your minus. The capture button is a star right here in the middle, which is a little bit different, obviously, from what's on the Pro Controller. And it's got their little heart logo right here. It's kind of in the place where like the Xbox button is on an Xbox controller. The buttons are actually, now that I look at them, the buttons are set up a lot like an Xbox controller. They're set up pretty similar there, but we'll compare all that stuff here in a second. Obviously, sticks placed just like a Pro Controller or an Xbox controller. We're gonna get into those. Those are very special sticks in this thing. R2, L2, RL. Like I said, it's got everything. D-pad. We'll start there. We'll start there with the front of the controller. The D-pad, if you've ever had an 8BitDo controller and you like the D-pad, you're gonna like this D-pad a whole lot. It is it's just like the one on the Pro 2. It's just like the ones that they've used in previous controllers. One of the best ones on the market. I really like their I really like their D-pads. They do make very good D-pads. So if you're somebody who wants a controller, it's got a good D-pad, you still want the regular Pro Controller feel without having something like a PlayStation style setup, this is gonna do that for you, and it's a very good D-pad. It's better than the one on the Switch. It's a good D-pad. So moving on, the face buttons, like I said, they are set up like a Switch. So the A is gonna be up here on the side, the B will be on the bottom. You know, Xbox is the reverse. They do have another version of this controller that's not marketed for the Switch. I'm pretty sure the buttons are flipped on that one. I'm pretty sure it's A on the bottom, but that only has a 2.4 gigahertz dongle with it, which we are going to go over. This does come with other stuff. This comes with a lot more stuff. Got a lot to go over here, but the buttons are fine. They're nothing crazy. They feel like an Xbox controller. Honestly, they're a little bit, they're not as firm as an Xbox controller's buttons. They're good. They're nothing crazy. They work great. They're not like annoying. They're not bad buttons. So those are fine. These on top, the R and L, kind of small. They're fine though. Again, nothing up here. There's nothing wrong with this, and it does have the analog style triggers on the back. Even though we know that does not work on the Switch, it does register as a Pro Controller, not a GameCube controller. So even the games that a GameCube controller can do that, this one will not register like that. So you're not going to be able to do that. But I have seen some people saying that they don't like that on the Switch because, you know, it takes a long time to travel down there. But there is a fix. 8BitDo has their own software that they use. You can download it on your phone, you can get it on your computer, whatever. It's very easy to use. I'm gonna link the video I did with the Pro 2. I actually go over the software in that video, so we're not gonna do it again here, but it is very easy to use. And if you don't want that travel in the trigger, you can set it up so as soon as you touch that, it's super sensitive. It will make it a lot quicker than having to actually push the button all the way down. So there is a workaround with that. This being the Switch version, it would have been probably better to just see them go ahead and use the just the regular buttons like are on the Switch. But either way, it works. You can get the software, fix that, so not a huge deal. I do want to talk about these sticks. These sticks are the reason I was so excited about this controller. Not only that it's an actual regular shaped Pro Controller from 8BitDo that I was excited about, but these are those Hall effect sensor sticks that use magnets instead of any type of friction. So you're not gonna get any drift with these. You're not ever gonna have to worry about these things drifting. Now, I've seen some people out there say that they've got them to drift, but I honestly, I would say it's probably something in the sensitivity settings of a game, or maybe check the sensitivity of your sticks or reset them, because I don't see these things drifting. Only time's gonna tell with this. These are relatively new in controllers anyway, so only time's gonna tell, but I mean, I do like the fact that I don't have to worry about it really, probably at all. They feel great. The sticks are really nice. If you've tried the Gully Kit controller, they're kind of like that. They're very good sticks. Everything about this controller is very good. Now, I want to move to the back here real quick. It does have programmable buttons on the back, and you can set those through the app as well. It's got grips on this that are basically like sandpaper. I mean, these are real grips. These are tough. It does remind me a lot of what's on the back of the Xbox controller. I think it's actually more than the Xbox controller. Same general shape. They're actually a little bit tougher than the Xbox controller. So if you're somebody who gets sweaty hands, you have trouble holding on a controller, that might help you. But as I said, the buttons are back here. There's also a switch back here. Now this switch is going to switch it from the 2.4 gigahertz to connect to the dongle, and the other one is going to connect to Bluetooth. So you're going to be able to connect to the switch. It says switch and Windows, but you can connect this thing to anything. It will connect to iOS devices, whatever. You're gonna be able to use this on basically anything. But if you look right here, on the very back, there are 3 little dots right there. And those dots are actually how you charge this controller. And you charge it on this. This, I'm gonna show you guys better shots of it here, but it's plugged into my PC right now. It's got a USB-C that plugs into the back of it. It's got these 3 little prongs right here. And this thing basically just falls right on there and it charges it. It fits flush. It looks amazing while it's sitting there on the charger. It's so nice that this thing comes with it, but that's not all. Let me get this thing out of here. All right, so unplugging this thing from the computer. You can see on the bottom here, it's got a giant rubber foot. That helps it stay in place on the desk or wherever you have it. Works very well. But it's got a little door here where you're going to be able to get in here and you'll find a little 2.4 gigahertz dongle. Now, this is very cool. If you don't want to use the Bluetooth, you can plug this in to your dock or your PC or whatever, and you can use the controller on the 2.4 gigahertz mode, which you just slide the little switch over. You're there. Now, I've seen a lot of people say that this thing is just, this is just a little area for this to be hidden away, where you can put this in there and, you know, slide it in there. It hides it, but it does do that. And it does a very good job of that, because usually when you have these types of things, they get lost. I have boxes of extra stuff that just comes with the controllers. It just sits there. But with this, it's actually plugging in inside there. So I thought this was very interesting. If you want to use the 2.4 gigahertz adapter, you can actually do that and only take up 1 space and still charge the controller off of the dock, because this charging station actually works as a pass-through for the dongle. So if you have this charger plugged into, say, your PC, this is gonna work on your PC while this is plugged in, as long as you have that dongle in there. So you only taking up 1 USB slot instead of 2, which is nice. But for me, I actually was just testing this yesterday. I have it here plugged into my PC. So it charges, it sits there. That means the 2.4 gigahertz dongle is connected to my PC. So I can use this thing on my Switch by flipping it over to the Bluetooth, and then at the same exact time, let's say I do want to play something on my PC, I can just flip the switch and now it's connected to the PC. It's that simple. You don't have to reconnect it anywhere else. So I think that's a really cool little feature that you can use with this thing. Now, it does charge on the dock, but it's also got a USB-C here up top. It's got your sync button up there. So if you're syncing it to something with Bluetooth, you use that. I gotta be honest, this is definitely going to take the place of my Pro controller. It is a little bit differently shaped. These little arms that stick out where you actually hold onto the controller, they're a lot flatter. So that's kind of weird. It's still comfortable. I've seen some people say it's uncomfortable. I don't really have an issue with it. The way I play, it seems to be fine. I don't have any problem with it. I mean, when you got something like the Xbox controller, I mean, yeah, if you're used to that, these are flared out a whole bunch. But I mean, if you look at that compared to the Switch, you're kind of going the same direction. I mean, this, you know, this is just the next step from this, really. And I'd say the PlayStation controller is somewhere in the middle there. It's a little bit closer to this, so I would say maybe closer to the PlayStation, actually. But for me, it's very comfortable. I enjoy it. When you take it out of the box, that's one thing I did say about the Golly kit. I really liked the Golly kit. I thought it was really nice, but it was still very light. This feels substantial. It feels like the Pro controller. You know, it's just maybe a tick under the Pro controller as far as quality goes, but they're the same price. And with this, you're getting a charging dock and a 2.4 gigahertz dongle. I mean, honestly, unless you really want amiibo support and you really want HD rumble, this does have rumble, by the way. I would go with this. Again, you don't get HD rumble, but you can adjust all that in the app. There's so many options in that app. Like I said, I'm gonna have a video, the 8BitDo Pro 2 I did a video on, and I really go over the app. I'm gonna link that right here at the end. But guys, that's gonna do it for this one. If you have any questions about the 8BitDo Ultimate controller, let me know down in the comments. If not, just check out one of these videos on your screen right now. As always, guys, thank you so much for watching this video. Please leave a like. Make sure you are subscribed. We'll see you in the next one.